Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. Again, my SBR identifies as a pistol. We have good news on the pistol brace front. I know I did a little bit of a short about it a couple days ago, but I wanted to put out a real video because if you followed my channel, you know that I've been following this pistol brace thing very closely. I have a number of firearms with pistol braces. They're some of my favorite guns. And they're perfectly legal when I built them and when I bought them. And there's nothing that makes the pistol brace any more dangerous than not having a brace on it. And so this is something that's very important to me. And I want to bring you guys any updates that are happening on this. And we finally have some good news. So make sure you're subscribed. And I'm going to tell you that good news. So have they vacated the pistol brace rule? Not quite yet, but the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals did remand the case back down to the district court level and basically told Judge Reed O'Connor that he had to look at it again, and the judge in the Fifth Circuit is under the impression that this ATF pistol brace rule doesn't pass muster, that it is illegal, and that the Firearms Policy Coalition, which is the plaintiff in this specific case, this is Mock v. Garland, and all the other cases are basically looking at this case to know what to do. And they're saying that the plaintiffs really do have a good chance of winning on the merits of the case. Now, they're doing it on grounds of the APA, the Administrative Procedures Act. They're saying that the ATF, that their final rule doesn't look anything like their proposed rule, that they didn't give the public time to weigh in on it. And so for those reasons, that it will be found probably illegal, is what they've said. But they said a lot of great things about it. The judge from the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals actually thought about this in a very logical way, where he said that putting a brace on an otherwise legal pistol only makes it safer. And so he thinks it's absolutely ridiculous that the ATF would make that illegal. And in fact, basically from what he said is he said that SBRs are basically safer than pistols without braces. That's the way I interpret it, at least. I'm going to read you guys something about this. Just to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. This is by Paul Bedard, and this little article is called Judges Pistol Whip Biden ATF over Gun Grab Overreach. A federal appeals court has blasted the Biden administration's effort to ban a highly popular firearm and potentially turn 20 million owners into felons overnight. And we know that's between 10 and 40 million on the higher estimate. In the latest ruling against the overreach by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, judges of the New Orleans-based 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled 2-1 that the administration didn't follow federal rules in regulating AR-style pistols. And it wasn't just AR-style pistols. Really, it's anything with a barrel shorter than 16 inches that has a brace on it. But ARs are definitely the most common ones. The court sent it back to a lower court, which could set the ATF regulation aside nationally. This is what we're looking for. It was the latest in a string of court rulings against Biden administration gun control efforts. We are winning more and more lately. This is really good. In its 40-page decision handed down Tuesday, the court essentially said that the ATF did not give the public a chance to weigh in on its demand that owners of the weapons equipped with pistol braces either remove, destroy, or register them. Several other judges in different circuits have made similar decisions blocking enforcement of the Biden rule. And that's the thing. With all of these injunctions in place, like I'm a member of Gun Owners of America. If you're a member of FPC, Second Amendment Foundation, at the moment you're covered by an injunction. And so are family members of members. So how are they really going to enforce this thing anyway? But The president has called for a ban on all AR-style weapons. In this case, the ATF moved to regulate those with special braces. These things that can also be used as rifle stocks and turn shorter-barreled guns into firearms covered by the regulation-heavy National Firearms Act and a $200 tax. For years, the ATF allowed unrestricted use of these braces for a whole decade. Invented for use by handicapped target shooters, but under Biden, moved to ban or regulate them. The White House claimed they are weapons of war, though only 2 mass shootings have involved the guns, which are typically used for target shooting and hunting. And home defense. 8-inch 300 blackout. This is like ideal for home defense. I'm still waiting on the suppressor. I'm at 10 months now. Another thing that shouldn't be regulated. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just want to save my hearing and my family's hearing in case I ever needed to use it. An estimated 3 to 20 million are in use. Again, 10 to 40 million, I believe. And making the changes could cost owners a total of some $2 billion over 10 years, said the court. The ATF rule kicked in this year, and the agency gave owners a few months to comply and skip the tax. That was that amnesty registration scheme. Just about 250,000 decided to register their guns, a far worse compliance rate than expected, I'm sure. I don't know how they really thought that 40 million gun owners were going to go through with registering all these. In my opinion, the only people that probably registered them are people that were going to, SBR their guns anyway. Not only did Second Amendment groups call the rule a political move to attack gun owners, which it is, but a third judge who joined in the decision said eliminating the braces could make the weapons unsafe. So this is the judge I'm talking about that actually is using logic. There's a quote from him. Rearward attachments, besides making a pistol less concealable, which is what they're worried about. You put something on it makes it bigger, so you can't conceal it as well. Improve a pistol's stability, and thus a user's accuracy. Accuracy, in turn, promotes safety. What a concept. Even for attachments that convert a pistol into a rifle under the statutes, ATF has not identified any historical tradition of requiring ordinary citizens to endure a lengthy, costly, and discretionary approval process just to use accessories that make an otherwise lawful weapon safer, wrote Circuit Court Judge Don D. Willett. He's basically saying that there is no history that says that they can regulate SBRs. Under Bruen, because of stuff like this, I've been saying this the whole time, but I really hope that the ATF bit off more than they could chew on this rule, and that we might actually get suppressors taken off of the NFA. What we need is to get rid of the NFA in its entirety. I am really sick of waiting for my suppressor right now. But yeah, SBRs need to be taken off the NFA. This judge is basically saying putting a brace or a stock on your pistol makes it safer, and there's no historical tradition of regulating stuff like that. Cody Wisniewski, counsel for the Firearms Policy Coalition, which sued the ATF, called the ruling a huge win for peaceable gun owners across the nation, a huge win for FPC's members, and yet another massive defeat for ATF and this administration's gun control agenda. And I agree. And so I had to bring this to you guys. I know that there's other channels talking about it as well, but I know that you've come to expect that I will bring you any updates on this pistol brace rule. I've been talking about it for months now, and I think this is a good one. I think this is the beginning of the end for this pistol brace rule, and I believe that it will get beat. And if we're real lucky, it'll take SBRs with it. Hopefully, we can all just put stocks, vertical foregrips on our pistols, which just makes them more accurate and safer, especially according to this judge, and not have to worry about registering them in the future. One can only hope. But Bruen was a very important decision for us. Lots of gun control will continue to fall because of that. If you like this video, please like, please share, please subscribe to Sawtooth Tactical, And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.